Good afternoon. Just one student will join now. So let's begin with today's topic. Today we are going to do unit 11 and 12. So 11 and 12, both the units deal with phrases. We are going to learn about it. And as we have already done phrases a bit, there was a recollection of it in the previous chapters. Let us get into what phrases are basically. So as you all know, that phrases are nothing but they are words. It can be a single word, it can be few words which make sense, not complete sense. They stand alone and they don't give much of a meaning to us. So in English word formations, and especially in the language that we communicate, phrases are very important because they beautify the language. Okay, the way that we present and all that. If you open your textbook, page number 175, there's a small introduction on how the phrases are and how we can understand them and all that. It's all simply, it's in a very simple manner. They have been explained how phrases are very important for us and how they function. They especially have a structure where, the head of a phrase is very important. The head of the phrase, in fact, it distinguishes and tells us to which word form the phrase there belongs to. Either it is a noun or it is a verb or adjective or an adverb. So today we'll learn about the structure of a phrase. Now just look at this slide here. The head of a phrase is that word which gives its grammatical category to the phrase. That is, it denotes whether it is a noun or verb, adjective or adverb. So if it is headed by a noun, it is said to be noun phrase. If it is headed by a verb, it is said to be word phrase. So if you open your page number 176, the head of a phrase has been very beautifully described here, saying that it is that word which is only obligatory element in a phrase. That is obligatory. We all know what is the meaning of obligation, right? So this obligatory element, that is, it emphasizes on what it is exactly like. That is, phrases which are generally made up of multiple words have only one compulsory word in that group of words. That word is the head. Now we'll see an example of noun phrase. Now just look at this example. You will find that the definition of a noun phrase is a group of words headed by a noun that includes modifiers. Modifiers are nothing but the determinants, or you can call them the articles over here. So you have the modifier. Every word in the sentence is already named, to which part of speech it belongs to, or what is the word form of that particular word. So when we look at this, the man, this is a phrase again. A girl is also a phrase. The doggy in the wood, in the window is also a phrase here. So when we look at the man, the man, a girl, the doggy in the wood, look at this particular word, the man. When you look at this, the man is the head noun. So this is called the head of the sentence or a phrase, sorry. It is called the head of a phrase. So this is how you have some examples are also given in your textbook, which are very easy for you all to understand. If you look at 11.5, page number 177, you have the noun phrases there. I'll just stop sharing this so that you look into our textbook. Yes, if you look at your textbook, page number 177, very clearly under the topic, the noun phrase, you have simple words given there, so that we can understand even a single word also forms a phrase. Shakespeare, he, dolls, a boy, the blue dress, the costly perfume in his collection, a very expensive mobile in his pocket, the beautiful painting which I bought for him. Now these are all, if you look at these examples, you find that the noun is there in each of these. The first one, Shakespeare is a noun. Second, he pronoun. So instead of a noun, we are using a pronoun here. Dolls is also the same noun there. Boy, the blue dress. So you're speaking about a common noun here, dress. And then the costly perfume in his collection, the perfumes. A very expensive mobile. Then beautiful painting. So these are all nouns here. So you know that commonality is in the function. So what is the main function of these particular phrases? How do they help them? They actually help you to, they add value to the subject and the predicate in the sentence. At the same time, they are also, when you look at a glance at all the sentences, you will find that these are automatically emphasize on the rest of the words. They complement the other words in the sentence. So now, when we before we go into the functions of a noun phrase, what we need to understand is the structure of a phrase. The structure of a phrase, it can be, it can be a single word, it can be group of words, or only two words. Basically, you need to understand that it is phrase. That's it. And there is no any particular meaning for those things. They can be at times expressions that we give also. A bunch of words strung together do not automatically make a sentence. So we all know that in English, what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words which make complete sense. So here the words needn't make complete sense when we speak about a phrase. Okay? And then grammatical functions of a phrase keep changing because the word form of the word also changes. The phrase word form, when it changes, even the grammatical function of each phrase also changes. Now let us look at the function of a noun phrase. That is in page number 177. The function of a noun phrase, when we speak about it, it is sometimes, it functions as the subject of a sentence, as if it is the main subject of a sentence. At times, it performs the role of a object of verbs, right? And also objects of preposition in a sentence. So in the previous class, we have learned about case. So when we were discussing about case, we know that, one deals with the subject and one deals with the object, and also object of preposition, right? We gave new names to that. So these are all, it is a continuation chain, all the word forms that we are learning, these are connected to each other. That is what basically we need to understand as a student of linguistics. So they complement. Also, sometimes what happens is when the noun phrase, when it is doing the function of object of a verb, or it is object of a preposition, at times it also complements the verb. It gives additional information and it also completes the meaning of subject. Now just let us look at this slide once again. So here we have the doggy head noun and the girl here head noun. So there is for these noun phrases, the first thing that you're going to learn today is a very important thing is they also have a certain structure, how to write and how to write the structure of a sentence also you will start learning now. So let us look in page number 178. There are few sentences 9 to 16. Now these are the underlined or the highlighted words over there in the sentences. We have already read them separately as nouns under the previous topic. Now look at those sentences there. Shakespeare is a famous dramatist. So when you look at the sentence 9, you understand that here it is the subject. For example, look at sentence 10. He is a famous dramatist. Her favorite toys are dolls. Right? I met a boy in the market. He liked the bloaters. He told me about the costly perfumes in his collection. I found a very expensive mobile in his pocket. The beautiful painting which I bought for him got stolen last night. Now, when we look at sentences 9, 10, and 16, we find that here the highlighted part of the sentence is the subject. And here again, it is a phrase. The noun phrase is doing the job or playing the role of a subject in the sentence. And when you look at 11, it is complementing the subject. What is it? Her favorite toys are dolls. So it is adding up something to the favorite toys. That's it. When you look at 12, 13, and 15, the object of the verb. 12, 13, and 15, if you look at it, it complements only. The rest of the sentence speaks about what that person likes or whom he met at the market. Right? Now, the 14th sentence, it speaks about the object of preposition. So these are all, again, they come under the cases. You all know that we have learned in the previous unit. We have done about the cases as the last topic. And this is how the phrase plays different roles over here. Now let us look at the sentences down, that is 17 to 24. If you look at the sentences there, my favorite dramatist is Shakespeare. And what does the sentence say here? Now here it is used to complement. It is not starting with Shakespeare. So even as sentence 9, Shakespeare is a famous dramatist. So the noun phrase is Shakespeare, it is noun form. But here it is complementing the excuse me, complementing the subject. So my favorite dramatist is Shakespeare. So the same way the other sentences are also described there in a very nice way for you all. So let us look at a sentence where you have the noun form and how the structure is written. Now this is how a structure is written. S is nothing but the sentence where you have the noun phrase, NP is the noun phrase, you have the determiner, noun, dog, and then there is also a verb phrase in a sentence. So now just we'll do verb phrase in detail, but just look at the structure here. The sentence is the dog ate the bone. But when you really draw the structure of this, you have noun phrase, dog, the is determiner, and dog is N, that is noun, and you have the verbal phrase here, verb A, and another noun phrase is also there in the sentence, that is the bone. Where the is determiner and bone is the noun there. Yes, is it clear for you now? Yeah. AR, I think you can respond in the chat box if possible, okay? So that I'll understand that, I needn't explain again. So when we come back to our textbook in 179, page number 179, the structure of a noun phrase has been described in a very nice manner, where small examples are given, and it denotes under which what comes. So Shakespeare, he, doll. These are three different words. Yeah, thank you, AR. So you have under Shakespeare is a noun, so it is a noun phrase over here. Then he and doll also comes here. Now let us turn to page number 180. In this pages, in the textbook, in detail, there are a lot of things that have been explained for you. If you look at, go through the textbook after the session is done, you will understand how clearly they have described about the demonstrative adjectives and also the numericals that are explained in sentences, how the possessive pronouns, they play a role here when we are trying to draw the structure of a sentence, and then how the noun phrases are determined, or how you can identify the noun phrase. It's very easy when we read a sentence, how to identify. So looking page number, the second paragraph of page number 180, if you look at it, we have placed the D for determiner within parenthesis. The parenthesis is used to linguistic description to represent optional element. So if you look at the small statement that is given there, or the equation that has been given there, NP is equal to D within brackets and N. So that is called the parenthesis. And that is what they say. It is optional. You can or you needn't write that. Okay. This is how you write. And next, if you look at 28, the inverted three here, a boy, where the noun phrase is very clearly explained. D is a determiner and a boy is N. That is the noun over there. So you have, how the noun phrases are formed. A few small equations are given over here. Noun phrase is equal to that determiner plus adjective plus pronoun plus noun. So here again, a small discussion is given, and a sentence is also given, like the blue dress. So we are speaking about the blue dress. Now what is the noun over here? Dress is the noun. And how is the noun dress? The dress is blue in color. So which is the word that is complementing here? The adjective is complementing over here. So this is how you need to, whenever you come across words in English, you need to understand and write the structure of this sentence and also you will understand how to break them into the noun phrase or verbal phrase or adjective phrase or adverbal phrase. So we are going to learn about all the phrases in these two units. So today we'll complete these two units. And you can see here again, there's another expression given in page number 181, where you see that NP, that is the noun phrase, is equal to D within brackets, then adjective and P plus N and PP. So what is this exactly? Let us read the paragraph there so that you will understand it better. We have placed the determiner, adjective phrase, and the PP within parentheses to represent that it is not represented in every noun phrase. It is not in every noun phrase do we find them. So it is only in few noun phrases that we find that they are placed like this. Let us look at the sentence there. The costly perfumes in his collection. Yeah, so here PP is nothing but the prepositions that we are using them. As I told you, we have adverbal phrases, adjective phrase, and prepositional phrase. So look at the page number 182. If you see there, the structure is given 30. You will see that noun phrase, it is having a determiner. The adjectival phrase, that is costly. Noun is perfume here. And the prepositional phrase is in. And in that again, we have a noun phrase, that is his collection. So this is more or less, not a confusing thing. Only thing you need to read again and again so that, you'll understand it better. And the task will be very easy for you all. When you open your textbook, try to understand this and also try to check your progress. AR, you are alone over here. If at all you are coordinating with your friends, please do tell them that after each topic in the textbook, you have check your progress. And especially in this particular chapter, when you have this check your progress, I would like you all to do this. You can, there are few exercises where you are going to write the structure of the sentence that is given. So once you start doing it, you will be thorough with the sentences, the noun phrases and the adjective phrases or adverbal phrases or the verb phrases and the prepositional phrases. You will be able to identify everything. So I think now it is clear regarding the noun phrase. Yeah, AR, I'm waiting. Yes, very good. So, so he is thorough with the noun phrase, and this particular unit, phrase 1, speaks about the noun phrases only. So we have here the head of a phrase. The head of a phrase is nothing but the word which stands alone in the phrase, and it can be a noun. It can be any word form. That is, it can be a noun or an adjective, adverb, or a preposition. So it is an obligatory element of the phrase, which is very, very important for us to understand. Now let us look at the structure. So now I think the structure of noun phrase is very clear. You can also see this for the second time, a group of words headed by a noun that includes modifier. So this modifier, the determiner or the articles are very, very important. It always has one with it. That is when we speak about the noun phrase. Right. Now, AV, if you can open your textbook, that is page number 181. You have 182 also. If you can open page number 182, you have different structures given there. How the noun phrases are formed with different sentences. So you can see one in 183 where you have the beautiful painting which I brought for him got stolen is the rest part of the sentence. So you can even write for that, the inverted trees for that. So in case a sentence is given in the examination paper, you will have to write a tree like this, the inverted tree like this. So please be thorough with these things. If you look at the check your progress, the sentences are given there. In 184, space have been provided for you. You need to write this. This is very, very, very important. And also it could help us to improve our knowledge about the word forms in languages. Okay. Now let us move on to phases 2. This unit deals with adjective, adverb, prepositional, and verbal phrases. and also the structure of a sentence and a clause. So phrases and clauses, we already did an explanation in the first chapter initially when we started off with this paper, linguistics or the phonetics paper. I clearly explained to you, a clause is a part of a sentence which has both subject and predicate, whereas a phrase would be a single word or a group of words which do not be making much of a sense. They stand alone, and you can make different kind of sentences using the phrases also, right? So this is about it. Now let us begin with the next part of phrase that you're going to learn. Yeah, we'll start with adjective phrase. So adjective phrase is nothing but, it is also known as adjectival phrase, refers to a group of words comprising of an adjective. So the word itself, the name itself tells us that it is nothing but it is speaking about word form adjective. So here the adjective phrase tells us more information about the noun or a pronoun. So it can be like, instead of a name, if we are using he, it speaks about that. So that time it can be adding more information about the pronoun. If you discover the sentences start with an adjective or a preposition, then there is a possibility that you are looking for an adjective phrase. So here is a hint for you. That is, whenever you discover that the sentence is starting with an adverb or a preposition, there is a possibility that it can be an adjective phrase. An adjective and an intensifier, when used together in a sentence, form the adjective phrase. Now, what is this intensifier? The word intensifier is nothing but something which is emphasizing on it, or which a word which throws more information, or it highlights the noun or the pronoun that we are speaking about. Man was spotted at the airport. So here the brilliant, handsome, right? This is the adjectival phrase. So let us read the textbook now. Please open your textbook, page number 190. 190. Adjectives are modifiers of nouns. They modify the meaning of a noun and make them more specific. So this is the basic information or a description about what an adjective is. So it adds meaning of the changes or modifies the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. So they use adjectives like tall before a noun like boy. It's only for an example for you all to understand. Very small examples have been given. So tall boy, a dark girl, or a bright morning. So these are all adjectives. The words like bright, tall, dark, they are describing the nouns over there. So if you look at these, that is, adjectives can be used before a noun in attributive functions. They can be used in predicate as a complement of the subject. So whenever they complement the subject, you can call them as noun phrases. For example, let us look at this example. Beautiful. So the beautiful painting. Interesting story. The painting is beautiful. The story is interesting. Now let us look at these two sentences. In 1 and 2, the adjective being used attributively, when used, they occupy the position before the noun and modify the same. Beautiful painting. So when I say that beautiful painting, it is occupying the place before the the word which is emphasizing on it. So that's the reason here their role is different in this sentence. Now let us look at the sentences 3 and 4. The painting is beautiful. The story is interesting. So when you look at these two sentences, here the same adjective is used as a predicate over there. So a beautiful painting was hanging in the hall. When I say this, a beautiful painting was hanging on the wall. So this is the subject. I am speaking about a beautiful painting. Now let's look at the sentence down. The painting is beautiful. So here, what is beautiful? The painting. So it now becomes a predicate over here. That's what you can mean to say that. So adverbal phrases always remain the same. The difference is whether an adverbal phrase is attached to the noun phrase or a verb phrase. So either it is attached to a noun phrase or a verb phrase. Verb is nothing but we all know it is an action word. So somewhere close related to that is the description that we are going to learn after this. Now let us look at these words. That is the words that are given the number 5, 6, 7 and 8. extremely exciting trip, very naughty kid, total absorbing story, fully equipped kitchen. Now, when we look at these words, the structure is again mentioned over here. If you see in page number 191, adjective phrase is equal to adverb phrase, which is inside brackets, and then adjective is also there. Here, adverbal phrase is equal to adverb phrase, and also an adverb is there. These can be represented in the form of a tree to show the hierarchy relationship inside the phrase. Now look at these words here, the structures that are given in page number 191. When you look at the pages there, 1 and 3, that is the same words and words which are given in the previous page. 1 is beautiful, yeah, and 3 is the painting is beautiful. So the beautiful one is shown here, adjective phrase, that is beautiful. And then tall. Then you have extremely exciting, very naughty, totally absorbing, fully equipped. So these words, I think as you will be reading, you will understand that, they help you to understand better what the word forms of the English language, which are very important for every one of us to know as students of English, right? Now let us look at adverbal phase. This is adverbal phrase. So as the definition goes, you know that we are referring to the adverb over here. The definition is a group of words that function as an adverb. Example, we will escape in the morning. So in the morning is the adverbal phrase. What is the activity that they are doing? They are trying to escape. So the word escape here, over here is the verb. That is the action that is being done by them. So that's the reason it is called adverbal phrase over here, right? Now look at the second sentence that's given there. Adverbal phrases contrast with normal adverb and adverbal clauses. Now we all know what is a clause, so let us look here at these sentences. We will escape later. This is a normal adverb. We will escape later. Look at the second sentence there. We will escape when the sun rises. So that is, they are very much particular about when they are going to escape. So later is something, it is indefinite, a normal thing that they are mentioning. But when we say when the sun rises, so when these words like when the sun rises, individually also as a separate sentence they stand because they have a subject and a predicate in it. That's the reason it is called a clause. I hope it's clear. Adverbal clause. Yeah, can you just respond? Because I'll explain again. There's no confusion over here when we speak about a noun in a sentence and the sentence phrase is concentrating only on that. We call it as, yeah. Good, yeah, thank you very much. He has understood the adverbal phrase, and again, let us repeat the sentences once again so that we don't get confused. Thank you, yeah. A group of words that function as a verb is called adverbal phrase. So let us look at this sentence. We will escape in the morning. Adverbal phrase. In the morning is adverbal phrase. Now look at these two sentences. We will escape later. Later is a normal adverb. Sorry, it is a normal adverb. We will escape when the sun rises. So this becomes an adverbal clause. So the same sentence can be written in so many ways. So that you need to understand. Now just look into your reader, page number 192. Now 192 and 93, they speak about the adverbal phrases. We had already introduced, we are now already been speaking about adverbal phrases, and we understood that the adverbal phrase, as a simple adverb also sometimes it can be there in a sentence. It can also be in a group of words and also in the form of a clause. So the optional adverbal inside the main adverbal phrase captures the fact that adverbs are used in English to modify adjectives, verbs, or sometimes other adverbs. So we all know that, at times the adverb, it modifies either a verb or an adjective or sometimes other adverbs also in a sentence. Only when an adverb another adverb like in 10 sentence. Just look into the sentence 10. Drive very slowly. The words here given is drive very slowly. So in this sentence, we can see that an additional adverbal phrase is used. Drive. Slowly is also an adverb phrase. But then again, drive very slowly. So at times, whenever required, we do write two words also over there. Now you can see there, drive slowly and drive very slowly, how the tree structure is designed over there. Yes, is it? Can you understand how what a difference it makes? Yes. Now there are in this check your progress is given with few structures for you to write and few sentences are given down. Please do practice them. This can be asked in the examination. That's very important. Now let us look into the next topic. That is the prepositional phrase. Now we all know basically the meaning of a preposition. Preposition is nothing but something which speaks about the position of a noun, right? The position of a noun, where it is. Let's say I speak about the book. I'm speaking about the position of the book. The book is on the table. The ball is under the bench, or the dog is sitting inside the basket. So the words on and in, these are all prepositions. Now let us speak about the preposition phrase over here. A group of words that consist of a preposition, the object of the preposition, any modifiers. So when you speak about the object of the preposition, for example, I said the book is on the table. So what is the object of the preposition? Where is it? The book, right, is on the table. So this becomes the what do you call the object of the preposition. Now let us look at this sentence over here. There is a sentence over here and as an example, the genie from the brass lamp granted 3 wishes. The genie from the brass lamp granted 3 wishes. So we are speaking about this, the magical person there describes, right? And where is he from? He is from the brass lamp. He is from the brass lamp. So here from becomes preposition, the brass becomes the modifier, only the and the lamp becomes the object of preposition, and the whole from the one that is marked in red becomes the prepositional phrase, granted 3 wishes. I hope this is a bit not complicated. It is easy if you look at it again. Virginia from the brass lamp. So the lamp becomes the object of preposition, from becomes the preposition, and the brass, the whole 4 words over here, they become the prepositional phrase. Now let us look into the reader where this topic has been described. So when we were doing the noun phrases, in that also we found the preposition phrases in a sentence, right? So now let's look at this. On the table, with his friend, among friends, throw a question up. So these are 4 phrases over here. Now look at this. How it is formed. Look at the tree. The tree here. On is a preposition. The is a determiner in the noun phrase. And table is again a noun over here. Look at the second sentence, with his friend. When we speak about with his friend, with becomes the preposition in the prepositional phrase, and his becomes the determiner, and n is friend over here, that is the noun, right? So when you look at these structures and the trees over here, it is very clear for you now that you are familiar with trees and how they are written and all that. You are very much familiar with them and the way they are used. So there's a small exercise for you there, which you can do it on your own and check how much you have understood this particular unit. Now, very important topic that we need to learn, the last one in this lesson, in this unit is the verb phrase. It's a bit tricky. Yeah. The verb phrase, these phrases, they show time and express action. So they also tell us where we are, what is the time, the situation, and also express action. Helping, it is more or less, you can call it as helping verb plus action verb is equal to verb phrase. I am studying. So helping verb is am over here and studying action word is studying. Am studying is verb phrase. They are playing chess. Are playing. Are is helping word over here and playing is the action verb over there. So that tells you how the word phrase can be done. They will fail if they do not study. Can be a sentence. So then this becomes the verb phrase. Now let us come back to your textbook now. There are a lot of things explained in the verb phrase. So let us look into page number 196. One of the most complex structures in English is that of a verb phrase. A very beautiful sentence that this topic has been started off with. So verbs are generally a complex word form that has to be understood in English. So here it's very clearly mentioned that even the verb phrases are a complex structure in English language. This is because apart from the subject of the sentence, which is outside the verbal phrase, everything else in the sentence is inside the verbal phrase. So this is one beautiful explanation that has been given. So everything is inside the verbal phrase. Sometimes verbs are intransitive and do not need any objects. In such constructions, the verbal phrase just consists of a verb. So when these are few important things that we need to understand. For example, is dancing, is crying. Here we don't have any object. That is then this is called an intransitive verb, and in such sentences, it is very simply written like this. Verbs can take objects and complements and therefore allow noun phrases, ate the food, wrote a letter, and sometimes adjectival phrases like is beautiful, is sincere, etc. So this is a beautiful explanation. This paragraph, I request you all to do a reading at least 3-4 times so till you understand how it is like. See, whenever we are not taking any object when we are using a verb, it is called an intransitive verb, and then the words can be written as is dancing, is crying, she is crying, they are dancing, like that. But when at times, they take object and they complement. For example, when with reference to noun phrases, take this phrase like ate the food. Who ate the food is the question when I put, and then the answer comes, who really ate it, right? So ate the food. So here ate is an action, that is a verb. The food again is a noun here. This is how it goes. It is connected there. So wrote a letter, right? It is giving a complement to the verb again. Sometimes adjectival phrases, that is like is beautiful, insincere also, the verb also plays their role. They come next to the verb and I know sometimes they may be modified by adverbs also in the sentences. Now let us look at these sentences here that are given in the brackets there. Okay. Sings in the morning, will submit by tomorrow. And location, that is, they are showing time here. As just now we have learned that the verb phrases, they speak about the time and also the location. For example, sings in the morning, will submit by tomorrow. Look at the location, sat on the chair, lived outside the town. So here when we speak about the location, we are not mentioning it is Hyderabad, Delhi, or Bangalore, or whatever it is. We are only speaking about the position in which they are at that particular moment, or when the noun, where the noun is exactly. Okay. So sometimes an entire clause is used to give reason or describe the time and manner of the action. Said that he is not coming. Who said that? Some noun, but here the sentence is incomplete because it is a phrase. So the phrase says, said that he is not coming. Dancing because she is very happy. So these are only situations that are given and mentioned, and the sentence is not complete, but you can say it is a clause. He is not coming. If I take he is not coming is a phrase, is a clause again. Somebody is not coming, right? It gives some meaning over there. So crying after she lost the match. She lost the match is a clause over there. That's how it fits in the thing. You can ask me where the clause is. How can you say that it is a clause? How can a phrase have a clause in between within itself? So these are some examples where you find that There are clauses also with verbal phrases. So now in English, we can have a verb phrase in these many forms. Just look at the forms they are given there. Verb phrase from verb. It can be verb and noun phrase. It can be verb, noun phrase and noun phrase. Verb phrase can be adverbal phrase plus verb. And then it can be verb and prepositional phrase. It can be verb and sentence. Or that S is nothing but it speaks about the clauses over there. Okay. So it can be, the full structure can be given in this way. Please do try to remember these things, right? So verb phrase is equal to adverbal phrase plus verb and verb, noun phrase, adverbal phrase, then plus prepositional phrase plus adverb plus. So few examples are given there. Let us go through those examples so that you can understand much better. So the sentences here are never replies rudely. So never replies rudely. In this phrase, we find that verbal phrase. You also have adverbal phrase, verb and adverbal phrase. Never replies and rudely. So these two becomes the adverb phrase. Told John the house. So each of these sentences have been divided. The structure has been divided very clearly and told here. Here the verb phrase is verb plus noun phrase plus noun phrase. John and the house is also noun phrase. Bought his son a toy from the sale. So here again bought is a verb. Noun phrase is his son. Then you have a toy. And from the sale is the prepositional phrase. Slam the door. Verb phrase and noun phrase. Then tied the mosquito net to 4 nails. So here again it is verb, noun phrase, prepositional phrase. Said that he wants a bicycle. Verbal phrase, verb sentence. Right? So the structure of these particular sentences has been written in page number 197. Can you see there? Yes. This is how they are again structured very clearly as to where they come. Either it is a verb, it is a noun phrase or a prepositional phrase or an adverb is very clearly explained over here. You can see in this example 19, tied the mosquito net to 4 nails. Can you see there? You have a phrase and you have a verb, then noun phrase, adjective, and also yeah. Thank you, yeah, I didn't realize that, I was not audible. Anyway, so we have been now looking into page number 198. If you see the structure of the sentence over there, said that he wants a bicycle. Said that he wants a bicycle. This speaks about a sentence where, there is a complement, there are nouns, verb, and still that is a verb. There. 2 verbs are there in this sentence. Right. Then check your program. progress, few sentences are given for which you have to write the inverted T. Please try to do that, and also understand when you, as you're doing it, you will know where you haven't followed or where you did not understand it. Please do a rereading again whenever you find a block like that. Now, 12.6 is one important topic where we are going to speak about the structure of a sentence and a clause. We all know that a structure is a group of words that make complete sense, and it has a subject and a predicate in that. Even a clause also has a subject and predicate in that. Now, let us learn more over here. So, when we look in page number 199, we say a sentence represented as else is said to have the following structure. It has a noun phrase, auxiliary verb, and a verbal phrase. And the structure of a dependent clause is represented with S as follows. So S and a hyphenized apostrophe on the top. It is complement S. We have already seen few structures where we had S and the clause is also mentioned over there, right? So these are very important in every sentence in grammar. So that is, when you speak about when you come across a lot of sentences, try to understand the word form of every word that is given in the sentence. So that's how you'll be learning your grammar, and also you'll be thorough with all these things. So this is unit 1 and 2, the unit 11 and 12, that is phrases 1 and 2. I'll just do a quick recap of all the topics that we have learned today. So when we come to phrase, we all know that phrase is a group of words. It can be a single word or a 2 word or 3 words or many more words in that. But then it doesn't make a complete sense. And the phrase has a head of a phrase, which is nothing but the word which gives the grammatical category of to the phrase. So that means that word can be a noun, it can be adjective, it can be adverb, or it can be a preposition. Based on that, the phrase will get the categorized. That is, grammatically it will be categorized under the particular word form. If it is headed by a noun, it is called a noun phrase. If it is headed by a verb, it is called a verb phrase. Same thing, adverb, adverbal phrase, or adjective phrase, or prepositional phrase. Now let us look at this noun phrase. The definition here is a group of words headed by a noun that indicates modifier. For example, you can see the words here: the man, a girl, the doggy in the window. So the head noun over here is man, girl, and doggy. So these are the phrases that are on here. And structure of a noun phrase, this is only a sentence here that I have given. The dog ate the bone. So the sentence is again divided into noun phrase and verb phrase. The noun phrase has the determiner the and noun dog. But the verb phrase here has both verb and again also a noun phrase in that. What is the verb here? Ate. And under noun phrase we have the bone. So this comes under the verb phrase. Now let us look at what the verb phrases are. Word phrases show time and express action. So it is nothing but helping verb plus action verb. That is called a verb phrase. I am studying, are playing, will fail, will watch, or will jump. You can take anything like that and make a sentence. Now coming to the adjective phrases. The adjective phrases, also known as adjectival phase, refers to a group of words comprising of an adjective. So basically it has an adjective in that. That's the reason we call it adjective phrase. Or it may have, or at times, the adjective phrases gives more information about an adjective. It can be about a noun or a pronoun. Then that's the reason when we say adjective, it describes or modifies a noun or a pronoun. If you discover that the sentence starts with an adverb or a preposition, then there is a possibility that you are looking for an adjective phrase. So when a sentence starts with those words, then you can say that. You look at the example here. The brilliant, handsome man was spotted at the airport. So who was spotted at the airport? It was a brilliant, handsome man. So what is the noun here? Man. And how is he described as a brilliant, handsome man? So brilliant is one word, and the intensifier or handsome, if it is the adjective, the intensifier over here is brilliant. So the brilliant intensifier man, or sorry, brilliant handsome man was spotted at the airport. So this is how the adjective phrases, they put more emphasis on the noun or the pronoun that we use in the sentence, and they can be identified very easily in a sentence. Then the next phrase that we learned in this lesson was about the adverbal phrases. Adverbal phrases, as the name goes, it is a group of words that functions as an adverb, or it adds something to the meaning of a verb, noun, or an adjective at times. So let us look at the single sentence here, which is written in 3 ways. We will escape. When are you going to escape? In the morning, or it can be later, or it can be when the sun rises, or when the sun sets, right? So 4 sentences I have for you here. So when we say that we will escape in the morning becomes the adverbal phrase. We will escape later. This is a normal adverb over here. We will escape when the sun rises or when the sun sets. This becomes the adverbal clause here, because when you remove this group of words from the sentence separately, even then this functions as a single sentence. Like you have a subject here and a verb also here. So this is what adverbal phrase is all about. And when we look at the adverbal phrases, the adverb keeps modifying not only the noun. At times, it also modifies the adjective itself, or another adverb which complements another adverb. So this, as you see a lot of sentences, you keep understanding this particular thing, right? Now let us look at this prepositional phrases. A group of words that consist of a preposition, the object of a preposition, any modifiers. Virginia from the brass lamp granted 3 wishes. So Virginia, it becomes the preposition. It describes actually the action that is being done. The noun, it is actually to mention it is the noun. And what is the noun doing? From the brass lamp. So it has come out from the brass lamp. So from becomes the preposition here. The brass lamp is the object of the preposition, and the action done by the noun is granted 3 wishes. So this is how this sentence is formed, or the preposition phrase is formed over here. So now, AR, I don't know exactly what your name is because it shows as AR for us over here. Do you have any doubts regarding the topic? AR, are you there? No doubts. So, can I know your name, please? Yeah, your name. Yeah, Abdul. So I think it's clear for you. So the phrases and the clauses are very important when with reference to the sentences that we speak in English language. So the sentences is a group of words that make complete sense, not like the phrases. And when you speak about the phrases here, they are a group of words, but they do not give complete sense. At times they do explain something to us, but they do not give a complete sense of what we are talking about. Okay. So the clause has subject and predicate, a sentence has subject and predicate. And when we speak about the phrasal, there are different forms of phrases as we have learned today. Why are we learning this is one question which I expected a lot of other students who haven't attended the classes today because they're giving their backlog exams or they were absent, so they're trying to attend the exams there. But one important thing we must know is the phrases are the beauty of English language, where they add a lot of beauty for any sentence. And also when we speak, we keep using a lot of phrases, which, in fact, it helps in delivering the language in a beautifying way. So that is one, as an English student of English, we need to understand that particular thing. And also, I request Abdul for you to read the textbook, that is unit 11 and 12 uh, thoroughly, not leaving any sentence there, because both the phrases lessons units 1 and 2, they're very important. As these phrases will be coming in between whenever you are doing your grammatical exercises, and also in the exam, you might get a question where a word or a sentence or a phrase might be given, and you are asked to write the structure of it. That is the T, inverted T for the sentence there. So you can look into your reader, you have lot of structures that have been given, and in the answers also they're given there, but please don't see the answers, try to answer it on your own, and when you are really done with it, you can then think about it. So I think it's clear. So can I ask you one or two questions, Abdul? What is the head of a phrase? You can chat, Abdul. What is the head of a phrase? Please don't turn pages. I want you to tell it spontaneously. The head of a phrase is an obligatory element which speaks or stands for a phrase, and also, yes, yeah, good. Any other additional information about the phrase? The head of the phrase, it helps us to identify the grammatical category. That is, to which word form does the phrase belong to? Either it is a noun, or if it is an adjective or a verb or anything. Right? Okay, AR, I just need to clarify here. You have given me an answer saying that it gives its grammatical category to the noun, not to the noun. It gives the category to the phrase. So if it is headed by a noun, it is called a noun phrase. If it is headed by a verb phrase, adverb, adverbal phrase, adjective, adjectival phrase, and preposition, prepositional phrase. So this is how it is, right? I hope the lesson is very clear. So the next class, that is in the next week, that's going to be the last session for us. Two classes are there. So in the first class, I'll be doing unit 13, and the remaining one on the last day of the session. So I request you to check your progress and check how much you have understood. Any doubts you have, please make a note of it and let me know about it. Thank you. Have a nice day.